A severe weather alert as a line of February storms moves through Metro Detroit, and even stronger storms may still be yet to come.
And you can see right there, 4 Live Radar is very active as we get a taste of spring in the middle of winter. Thanks for being with us this afternoon. There was a severe thunderstorm warning in effect in Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties, but that has since expired.
Severe thunderstorm watch is still in effect. Let's get over to Ben because it could be a busy night ahead.
Yeah, Devin and Kim, we're in a bit of a lull right now, but things did get a little rough earlier. You can see how that area of thunderstorms just marched through, and it was screaming through here about 60, 65 miles an hour off to the northeast. That's gone. Most of us dry. Stuff that's north of 69 is garden variety showers and a couple rumbles. We did have some reports near Onstead of some trees and power lines down, and that was 245. Also some penny-sized hail in Washtenaw County and out towards Ypsilanti. But there is a second line of storms showing up on 4 Live Radar. This is south of Kalamazoo into northern Indiana. This is also moving to the northeast. So you can see those orange boxes. There are severe thunderstorm warnings along with those storms right now. We'll be watching that as it marches to the east. So really our threat is existing from now at least until 10 o'clock. That's when the watch expires. It's possible we may be seeing some strong storms beyond that as well. So we're really going to keep our guard up until about midnight tonight. If you're heading out tonight, be sure to take the local forecasters app with you. We'll be sending out alerts all night on the storm threats so you can be prepared. Download the app if you have it already in your app store by searching WDIV.
All right, Ben, let's get to now breaking news from Detroit's west side.
Jermont Terry is live where a bicyclist was injured after lightning struck a nearby utility pole. Jermont?
Kimberly, we don't know how the person on the bike is doing at this particular time, but we know that person was either on the sidewalk here or somewhere on the street when that live wire came down, falling right on top of him. Now, you can see here at 5 o'clock that wire is contained, but it's still smoking. Now, when we arrived on scene, we want to show you some of the other video. It was a lot of smoke coming from this live wire that was on the ground. Now, we're told that a jolt of lightning hit a pole that forced the wire to snap, and we're told when that wire fell, it fell right on top of that person on the bicycle. Those who live in the area tell me they heard the loud thunder, they looked out their windows, and they saw the spark too.
Heard a loud sound. It was the thunder, and next thing you know, I guess it hit the wire down there, and the wire fell down on the ground, and a big fire started. I hope the person is okay, whoever it was, because it was a loud crash, and it was a big fire, and it was a lot of electricity.
And back live here, DTE is simply on scene trying to secure the area until the Detroit Public Lighting Authority arrive on scene to fix this situation. But that's the very latest. A bicyclist on his bike hit when the live wire fell on top of him. We're still working to find out his condition. For now, reporting live on the city's west side, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
Okay, Jermont, keep us updated. Thank you. And our other top story tonight, the video that's been viewed more than 12 million times on our Local 4 Facebook page.
In it, this woman, Donna Kosel, is hauled off to jail for making a scene in Judge Kiana Lillard's courtroom. The judge telling her she was going away for 93 days for contempt of court.
Now take a look at her in court today as a hearing was held on her charge of criminal contempt. Priya Mann was there as Kosel tearfully apologized.
What a difference 24 hours can make. A woman here at Frank Murphy Hall of Justice for her daughter's sentencing ended up behind bars herself, and the video from that hearing has now been viewed by millions. From this disrespectful display in court yesterday to wiping away tears in handcuffs this morning.
I'm so sorry for what I did, and I know it was wrong, and I apologize.
Judge Kiana Lillard held Donna Kosel in contempt of court for causing a disruption while the victim's family was speaking.
We were awakened to our lives being changed forever.
Kosel was in court Thursday as her daughter Amanda was sentenced in a fatal crash. The woman admit to driving drunk last June, crossing the median and hitting an SUV head-on. Jerome Zerker was killed, leaving behind a fiancé and 5 children. As a relative read a letter from the victim's kids, Judge Lillard noticed Kosel's family members were laughing. After spending the night in Wayne County Jail, Kosel was different as she stood before the judge.
Just everything overwhelmed, and I deeply apologize for what I did in your court. I just needed to get out, and it's been very hard for me.
What you have to understand is, as hard as this is for you to see your baby going to prison, imagine what that family feels like when their child's dead.
Judge Lillard could have sentenced Kosel to 93 days in jail. Instead, she released the woman and urged others to learn from her experience.
You can't come to court acting a fool. I know people watch a lot of shows on TV where you see different things happening in make-believe courtrooms that give people a skewed sense of reality, but this is real life here, and we just can't have people behaving like that.
And the judge noted that the family's outburst did not reflect on Amanda, the woman convicted in this fatal drunk driving crash. She says she saw the woman getting emotional as victims spoke in court. The victim leaves behind a fiance, now a single mom of 5 kids. Reporting from Frank Murphy Hall of Justice, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Yeah, Priya, and Amanda Kosel, the defendant in the case, was sentenced to 3 to 15 years in prison. Well, tonight, Southfield police are putting out an alert after a woman was sexually assaulted in a parking lot.
And the man who did it is still on the streets tonight. And all they have to go on is this sketch and 2 blurry photos of the suspect's car. Let's get to Sean Lay live. And Sean, the victim's account of what happened is just really terrifying.
It truly is, and it's really a surprising place for this to happen. This quiet office tower here in Southfield, big parking lot. We have seen extra security here today, but this is where a man chose to come here during the lunch hour yesterday and start praying after a woman. The crime is alarming for what the man did to a woman and where it took place. One Town Square is tucked away off the service drive to Northwestern Highway just before Losser. Security patrols the large parking lots here, and it looks safe. Yesterday during the lunch hour, it wasn't. A woman leaving work, she says, was approached by a man who she says looks like this sketch, and he immediately started asking some strange questions.
The last couple of questions made her feel real uncomfortable. I asked her if she wanted to make some money, told her that she was pretty. And then that's when she started to run away from him, basically, and that's when he approached her from the rear.
What happened next is setting off alarms with Southfield police. He grabbed the woman in a very sexual way.
He grabbed her sexually, not in a way to grab her arm and pull her away or abduct her, but he grabbed her in a sexual way.
Security cameras didn't capture the incident, but they did capture images of the older white Cadillac the man was seen driving, a man who made his way to this office complex, and tonight he's still out there. That poses an obvious concern for police and women in the area.
That this escalates, that he does it to somebody else and maybe escalates it further.
In fact, just checked with police. They say they really want to get this guy off the streets. Also, the management company of the building, they put out a letter to tenants today saying that they can get a personal security escort to their cars while this guy remains out there. Kimberly?
And Sean, I mean, some of the questions that he was asking kind of leads you to believe this might have been human trafficking, sex trafficking, that sort of thing. Are police looking into that?
You know, we did ask that. And some of the questions, you're right. Hey, you're pretty. Do you want to make some money?
Yeah.
Police, though, looked into that. They're discounting that right now because he made a more aggressive sexual move towards her, not a move to grab her and take her with him.
Interesting. Okay. Sean, keep us posted. Thank you.
Other news today, a police chase ends in a Warren neighborhood.
The chase happened just after 1 on Van Dyke near Martin Road. The chase then came to a sudden stop a few minutes later in a Warren subdivision near Shaner and 10 Mile. In this video here, you can see from Sky 4 the police officers surrounding the car shortly after that driver was taken into custody. The head of the Detroit Police Officers Association finds himself in trouble with the law.
Yeah, Marc Diaz is charged with reckless driving and malicious destruction of property in Oakland County. This is video of his arraignment this afternoon. We bring in Mara McDonald with more on what happened here. Mara?
Good evening to you, Devin. And this is a pretty weird one. The head of the DPOA is in trouble for allegedly vandalizing a school in northern Oakland County. Now, Diaz was arraigned today on multiple charges stemming from this, but one of them is a felony, and it is for damaging property over $1,000 but less than $20,000. Here's the deal. This all allegedly went down on December 20th when school surveillance cameras allegedly caught Diaz driving recklessly through their parking lot, damaging the lawn, damaging a culvert, and some other items. The school turned the video over to the Michigan State Police, trying to figure out who was responsible for this, and the investigation led the MSP back to Diaz. Now, Marc Diaz according to sources, has been very cooperative with the investigation. The chief, who briefed us just moments ago, tells me that Marc told him that there was a situation and that he was being investigated and had been very upfront. Take a listen to Chief Craig.
And this is what I know. Of course, as you know, that this was an investigation conducted by the Michigan State Police. We have opened a companion internal investigation, which is consistent with how we address allegations of misconduct that may be handled criminally by another jurisdiction. And so certainly we're concerned and surprised. I can tell you that Marc Diaz has cooperated with the Michigan State Police throughout this investigation. I've had a conversation with their command team since this information became known. He's also cooperated with the Detroit Police Department. He notified me personally. So this investigation is continuing and moving forward.
Back here live, according to the chief, Diaz has been placed on administrative leave with pay pending the outcome of whatever happens here. But the issue, Devin and Kimberly, is that he's charged with a felony here. And if he's convicted on that, that has real professional implications for him. We're live at Detroit Police Headquarters tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara. The Detroit Pistons have unveiled plans for a new headquarters in Detroit's News Center.
Photos of the new headquarters released today, which includes a practice facility and space for the front office. It'll be built on land owned by the Henry Ford Health System between Wayne State University and Henry Ford Hospital, and it will be a partnership between the Pistons and the Henry Ford Health System.
We intend to design a structure that will stand as a landmark in the grand tradition of Cadillac Place, the Guardian, and the Fisher buildings. We intend to build something that all Detroiters will be proud of.
So construction going to begin this summer, expected to be finished in time for the beginning of next season.
Looks slick.
Very cool looking, huh? Well, the battle against the flu hitting the high point really here in Metro Detroit.
New tonight, an update on if the vaccine is really working and the drastic measure 3 Michigan school districts had to take to keep it from spreading.
Also a big shakeup at Detroit Police Headquarters, the high-ranking member of the force who now says it's time to hand in his badge. Paula?
Michigan's open carry laws come head-to-head with police, and you'll see what happens to a couple of guys who decided to push the needle.
Severe storms giving us a little bit of a break right now, but we are not done yet. More storms have formed in the western part of the state, and we will talk about the timing and how much longer we'll be under the gun when Local 4 News at 5 continues.
You must. New at 6.
Package thieves striking again, this time hitting a man whose business is home security.
There's things that everybody can do to try to make sure they're not victims.
And he's got good video to show it. I'll show you that video coming up on Local 4.
All right, Sean, plus a milestone in the remarkable recovery of a viciously abused dog whose story captured a lot of hearts in Metro Detroit and beyond.
Well, 2 men who walked into Dearborn Police Headquarters armed to the teeth, advocating open carry laws, are now facing felony charges tonight.
James Baker and Brandon Vreeland were in a courtroom today facing concealed weapons charges. And as Paula Tutman shows us, something they recorded is what got them in this situation.
There are really at least 3 aspects to this story, and those aspects are in complete conflict with one another. One has to do with law, the other reality, and then there's perception. And that's what landed James Craig Baker and Brandon Freeland of Jackson in a Dearborn court this morning facing criminal charges. The two claim to be well-known open carry advocates, pushing the limits of the law and the buttons of law enforcement. February 2nd, after being witnessed donning flak jackets, masks, and firearms in a parking lot, they were stopped by police and posted this video on Facebook.
This is an illegal detention at this point. You better get because we're done. If you wish to file a complaint. Oh, I will file a complaint.
Launch a complaint they did by walking into the Dearborn police station, carrying powerful rifles and sidearms, wearing masks, cameras rolling. And what happened inside? Well, that's that perception and reality thing coming into play.
Put it around. I will put a round in you, sir.
Today, the two went before a judge and faced felony concealed weapon charges and a few misdemeanor disturbing the peace charges. And based on cell phone communications and social media sweeps, police say these two are not Second Amendment advocates, but professional provocateurs with criminal intent on their mind.
That are more aggressive in nature, discussing carrying bazookas, Laws rockets, which are handheld type rockets, mortar tubes during their demonstrations. They've also discussed taking advantage of Trumpophobia and wearing full Muslim robes. They've identified even more locations for their demonstrations and activities, which include, but are not limited to,
at MSP Post in Taylor, the FBI building in Detroit, post offices, substations, oil refineries.
The attorney for both men said they are not dangerous or flight risks. He also argued that they did not break Michigan law, which allows for open carry, even in police stations.
Everything that has been described has been legal, completely legal. They are allowed to open carry in Michigan. I know people might have problems with that, but it doesn't matter. They have no violent history whatsoever. There's not one single fact to say that they're a danger.
In the end, the judge put both men on tethers, admonished them not to communicate with one another in any way, and allowed both out on what amounts to a total of an $80,000 bond, or a total of $8,000, until their preliminary hearing March 17th, when the three aspects, law, perception, and reality, will undoubtedly collide again. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
All right, Paula. A familiar face at the Detroit Police Department is calling it a career. This week, Assistant Chief Steve Dolan announced his retirement after 31 years on the force. He has led several commands during his time with DPD. Most recently was in charge of the Eastern District. He was very involved with the Kwame Kilpatrick investigation as a member of Internal Affairs. And I don't think there's a reporter in town that hasn't loved working with Steve Dolan.
Exactly. He's so helpful. He's passionate. He's just an all-around good guy, somebody who will be greatly missed here.
I was just telling him today, I hope he's been keeping great notes, because that guy's got a great book in him.
He really
no
does.
doubt about it.
Sure he does. Yeah. All the stuff he's seen.
Congratulations, Steve. All right, let's bring in Ben, who has been just as promised. Yes, late last night you were telling that this was going to probably happen, and this is what we're getting, even though it's February. Strange.
Yeah, that's true. And the good news is we're getting a bit of a break now, so we've got a breather, but we can't really let our guard down because we've got another round that's still yet to go through, and that's going to be a little bit later. But at least right now, we don't have anything to look at here in southeast Michigan. Now, out to the west, there's still one thunderstorm warning that's still in effect. That's that orange box there. And you can see there's still some pretty strong storms from west of Sturgis up towards Marshall and Charlotte. As those move to the northeast, there's a little bit more activity trying to get going behind that. So let's look at the bigger picture. That's the cold front. That is what is going to shut off our thunderstorm chances when that rolls through here, most likely at about midnight. So as long as we're south of the warm front and east of the cold front, we still have that possibility of seeing strong thunderstorms. Now the difference is that cold front gets closer, we'll go from seeing these individual storms like today to more of an elongated line that could possibly roll through. And for that reason, that's why we think straight line winds are going to be the biggest threat with these thunderstorms. We've actually lowered the tornado threat down to low. It's not zero. Those can pop up even in these linear storms. But as long as that's what we're looking at for a mode of convection, we think that straight line winds will be the biggest threat from the storms that'll come through. There's plenty of instability, especially for this time of year. We hit 70 degrees this afternoon, just blew that 59-degree record out of the water. We're still at 66. We've got plenty of moisture here too, and you can see where that warm front is with the colder temperatures up towards the Thumb and the Saginaw Bay. So as that front continues to move to the north, we will have a second round of thunderstorms, most likely those straight line winds that are going to be coming through here later on this evening after the sun goes down. By midnight, we should be done, and then looking for a dry start to tomorrow morning before the snow showers. Yes, snow showers are coming in tomorrow afternoon. No accumulation expected, but man, that is going to be a shock to the system. Still, watch out for those storms tonight, especially if you have plans and are going to be away from the house. 37 for the overnight low as temperatures will tumble quickly behind that front. Make sure you stay on top of the weather. Get our local forecasters app to take it with you if you're heading out. High temperatures tomorrow are going to be an early high of 38, and then we'll see those numbers slowly start to moderate, probably staying in the mid-30s for much of the day, but the wind chills will get into the teens once we head into the afternoon. There's your 7-day outlook. We will start recovering back to the 50s, but notice what is missing in here are any more record highs. I think we have run our luck dry on that, but it was nice while it lasted. We just got to get through this last round of severe weather in the next few hours.
Yeah, all right, Ben, we'll keep checking in with Ben here over these next hour or so. Now tonight, the Imagine Theater in Royal Oak is a little different, hosting a very special event.
It's the Salvation Army's 30th annual Bed and Bread Radiothon. It's going on at the theater until 10 o'clock. Earlier, I was there talking with Guy Gordon there. He's with WJR now. The 16-hour radiothon benefits the Salvation Army's Bed and Bread program, which provides more than 4,200 meals a day to Metro Detroiters in need. Great event. You still have time to call.
And hanging out with Guy again. That's fun, isn't it?
Hanging out with Guy. It was
cool.
great.
Well, still ahead, it was no accident how this fire in Florida is spurring a hate crime investigation.
But first, what happened to one Flint school bus that caused an entire school to be shut down for the day?
This winter,
a charter school canceled classes today after a gunshot hit one of its school buses. It happened Thursday outside Madison Academy, which serves students from kindergarten through 12th grade. Police said more than 30 students were on board heading home when a bullet went through the rear window. No injuries were reported. No arrests have been made. Police also said it's not clear if the bus was the intended target. A Bay City woman is accused of embezzling thousands of dollars from a party store where she worked.
Store's owner says a 45-year-old Katrina Reinhardt had been a trusted employee since 2012, but the owners told police they recently discovered she stole more than $34,000 from them. They said that Reinhardt did it by using the money to pay bills through Western Union, but then would refund the transactions to herself. Reinhardt is charged with a count of embezzlement, and that is a potential 10-year felony.
New at 5:30.
Demanding answers. Tenants being kicked out of the Russell Industrial Center over safety concerns take their complaints to City Hall.
President Trump woos conservative Republicans just outside the nation's capital.
And the flu flight hits its peak. The drastic measure one Michigan school district was forced to take as doctors' offices are flooded with patients.
It's dinner time.
We start here at 5:30 with a severe weather alert. We've got video of hail coming down just a short time ago. This was the scene in Redford. A line of strong storms moving through earlier this afternoon, but the threat of severe weather, even though it's calmed down a bit now, is not over.
Let's go to Ben for the very latest. Ben?
It's good news, at least for right now. So we get to sort of catch our breath before we see another round of storms. And this one could affect more of us than that first little batch that rolled through in the afternoon and early evening. So far, almost nothing out there. Almost all of us are completely dry. There's just some scattered showers out here west of Howell. The other line of storms that we had been tracking in southern portions of Michigan, this is out east of Kalamazoo. All the warnings have now expired or been canceled along that line. Still quite a bit of lightning and definitely some downpours with that line, but you can see the direction of this and the way it's going. Most of this should miss us, but this is not the end of our severe threat. There is still some development behind that where the cold front sits, and that is why we are still under a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 o'clock tonight. As far as the reports go, we had some hail, obviously, that's been reported with that earlier storm, some trees and power lines down around Onstead, and that's really been it on our side of the state. You can see some more reports of hail in the western portions of Michigan and northern Indiana, but we're still watching that watch, which is in effect until 10 o'clock tonight, and this is for all of southeast Michigan. Beyond that, we think that that severe threat is going to end at the completion of that watch. So temperatures are going to remain in the 60s, plenty of warmth and instability to fuel these thunderstorms. And after staying mainly dry here at 6, those thunderstorms will be returning as we head into the mid-evening hours. So we'll keep our eyes on it and keep you updated here on Local 4. Guys?
All right, thank you, Ben. In good health, 3 Michigan school districts are shut down today because too many children are out sick.
These are districts all on the west side of the state, but Kalamazoo Public Schools report about 1,900 students, almost 2,000, were absent or sent home sick on Thursday with flu-like symptoms or stomach virus symptoms. The district says canceling classes today will give the schools 3 days to get in and disinfect their buildings before Monday.
Meantime, nationwide, flu cases remain widespread in most states, including Michigan. Here in Metro Detroit, flu is definitely what's going around.
Local emergency rooms are busy, and the flu or flu-like illnesses are to blame. We talk with hospitals in Wayne, Oakland, Washtenaw, Macomb, Monroe, and Livingston counties. All report a steady or high number of influenza patients. Most are also seeing a lot of other patients suffering from stomach viruses causing nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. The Washtenaw County Health Department says influenza is at peak levels. Their hospitalizations for the flu are also high, mostly in people age 65 and up, but several children and younger adults have also been hospitalized for flu. Experts say the flu strains that are circulating are a good match to this year's vaccine. The latest research finds it's about 48% effective at preventing the flu, but can still lessen the severity of your symptoms if you do get sick.
So far, influenza A is the dominant type doctors are seeing locally, but they're starting to see more cases of type B also. The good news, the vaccine is actually more effective against the B strain, providing 78% protection.
Well, today, several of the tenants forced to move out of the Russell Industrial Center met with the city inspector.
Earlier this month, my local 4 Defender investigation uncovered dozens of fire and structural violations at the center, which is located on Clay Street. The center's 184 tenants have been ordered to leave. This afternoon, several of the tenants met with the city's inspector over at City Hall to work on how they can keep the building open. We'll let you know of any new developments. Tonight, we're getting our first look at the second man charged in the shooting death of a Warren woman. Eric Gibson was arraigned today on first-degree murder charges. Investigators say Gibson and 2 others were a part of a murder-for-hire plot. The 3 are accused of killing July Johnson, who was found shot to death outside of her condo last month near 13 Mile and Mound. The woman charged in the case had previously been dating Johnson's current boyfriend.
At the White House today, CNN, the New York Times, and 3 other media outlets were blocked from attending an off-camera informal press briefing that's known as a gaggle, a move the White House Correspondents Association is protesting. Meanwhile, President Trump laid out his agenda to the heart of the Republican Party today at CPAC. Tracy Potts is there with more. Tracy.
Devin, we did get a first glimpse today at what Republicans specifically want to do about health care. We'll tell you about that. But first, President Trump here today before a friendly audience trying to shore up support with the party that got him elected.
Now you finally have a president, finally.
The nation's most conservative Republicans fully embracing President Trump. This is CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference. Candidate Trump skipped it last year. Today, he owned it.
We are a nation that put and will put its own citizens first.
He rallied against fake news, promised to fix immigration.
Oh, we're going to build the wall. Don't worry about it. We're building the wall.
Strengthen the military.
Nobody's going to mess with us, folks. Nobody.
And replace Obamacare.
We're going to make it less expensive.
Today, the first detailed look at how a draft Republican plan that gets rid of the requirement to buy insurance, dismantles low-income subsidies and taxes, rolls back Medicaid, and pays for it all by limiting tax breaks that most workers get for employer health plans. It's nowhere near final, but health care again today, fueling feisty town hall meetings.
We want Obamacare repealed.
The president lashed out at the FBI on Twitter today about leaks inside the agency after reports his chief of staff asked the FBI to knock down a story connecting Trump aides to Russian intelligence. The FBI says the story's overblown. The White House getting involved? Unusual, but no rules were broken. Now, as this conservative conference wraps up this weekend, the other side is getting started. The Democrats in Atlanta choosing their new party chair. From Fort Washington, Maryland, at the CPAC conference, I'm Tracy Potts, Local 4.
All right, Tracy, let's stay with politics, but back here, a news conference today, State Senator Coleman Young Jr. formally announced his plans to run for Detroit mayor.
In a fiery speech, Young said the city needs a change in leadership.
In a city where 40% of its residents are living in poverty, in a city where the jobs for Detroiters have gone down by 35%, in a time when people are having their water shut off, we need change. And that is why I am running for mayor.
Young is the son of former Detroit Mayor Coleman Young, who served as mayor for 20 years. Young Jr. has previously served 2 terms in the Michigan House of Representatives. So far, he is the only challenger to Mayor Mike Duggan. Meantime, today, Detroit's public safety unions endorsed the re-election of Mayor Mike Duggan. The unions include the Detroit Police Officers Association, Detroit Police Lieutenants and Sergeants Association, and the Detroit Firefighters Association. 2 police officers hospitalized and a gunman dead after a shootout in the nation's capital.
Happened late last night, less than 2 miles from the U.S. Capitol building. One officer was shot in the leg while the other was hit in the body. The gunman was shot and killed. Police are still trying to determine who opened fire first and why.
I'm shocked. I'm disgusted. This is just unbelievable, and we're not going to tolerate. First of all, we denounce violence in all forms across this city, but we certainly will not have anyone shooting at our officers.
Investigators still gathering information. They hope to know more about what led to the shooting when the officers recover.
Investigators say arson is to blame for an overnight fire at a mosque in Tampa, Florida. Police said the fire was set this morning outside the mosque near a side door. No one was inside at the time. Right now, investigators are still working to determine what type of accelerant was used. Meantime, Tampa's mayor stood with Islamic community members today, saying he will not tolerate any form of hatred.
Not on my watch, not in my city. We will not tolerate this. We will stand up in the face of opposition. We will stand up in the face of anybody who would choose to demonize anybody for any reason, specifically and directly because of their religion.
Investigators also plan to review footage from surveillance cameras installed around the mosque. A ruling today in the Bill Cosby sexual assault case means only 2 accusers can testify at his upcoming trial.
50 women have come forward accusing Cosby of sexual assault. Only one of those accusations has led to criminal charges. And in that trial, prosecutors were hoping to get up to 13 other women to testify. Today, a judge ruled only one other accuser will be able to take the stand. Cosby has denied all of the accusations against him. Today, Penney's announced its plan to close more than 100 stores across the country.
Penney says 130 to 140 stores will close up shop. There's over a dozen locations here in Michigan, but the full list of stores closing will be released sometime next month. 2 distribution centers will also shut down. Penney says that despite achieving a net profit for the first time since 2010, the closings will be necessary to maintain sustainable growth.
We've got startling new details in the death of Kim Jong-un's half-brother.
New tonight, how a weapon of mass destruction may have played a key role in the murder case.
A high-speed chase through the streets of Detroit, Hazard County style. The Dukes of Hazzard are in town for Autorama, the landing. Ooh, come back, you'll see it. You won't want to miss it. It's not pretty.
That was a good tease.
That is a good
yes.
tease.
But first, something the city of Detroit hasn't had for decades. We'll show you the sweeping change that's coming at 5:30.
It all comes.
A violation of trust. Details are emerging in a serious case of elder financial abuse. New at 6, how police say this woman got away with thousands of dollars.
Also, we've got updated numbers on the number of people overdosing on heroin and other opioids, including the age group that is most in danger. That's coming up tonight at 6.
Mayor Mike Duggan is cleaning up the streets of Detroit, literally.
Yeah, one of his announcements this week to immediately bring the street sweepers back to the neighborhoods. Jason Colthorpe shows us what that means.
Can you believe we're actually talking about street sweeping in the middle of February? Well, the city hasn't forgotten about it. And in addition to sweeping the main streets, as it has been doing all along, well, now it's getting back into the neighborhoods and the people love it. Soon the city will open the garage doors and fire up some brand new rides. 6 new sweepers like this to go with the 7 it already has. The announcement came this week in the mayor's State of the City address after a common theme emerged in feedback from citizens to the district managers.
Last year they came to me and said one thing that they're hearing is that they would love for the city to see if we could resume residential street sweeping.
The cost to the city is $3 million, but it believes this will be a sustainable service going forward.
This season, our first year, we're looking at going through the entire city at least 3 times to do 3 complete cycles of residential sweeping.
I think it's exciting for neighborhoods.
I think it's a great idea, to tell you the truth. A good idea, and one neighbors say will instill some pride back in their streets.
It'd definitely be a little cleaner. I should say a lot cleaner.
As a bike rider, I notice a lot of trash in the gutters and things, so when you're on those less busy residential streets, I think that would improve my routes, improve my transit, and quality of life.
I'm glad she mentioned the gutters too, because that's the other part of this program the city wants people to know about. In addition to cleaning the streets up, it's also going to be clearing away a lot of that stuff in the gutters, and that is going to help prevent flooding, both on the streets and in the basements. And keep an eye out for those sweepers hitting the neighborhoods this May. On the east side, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.